Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Irish Warhammer podcast. Floody, we're already at episode 6 now.
Episode 6.
Half a dozen.
Really excited. So episode 6, Take and Hold Me Closer.
Brilliant.
So we're going to take a look at the new 40k disposition mission matrix.
Yes, the
It's-
revolutionary system, I
It's-
think, right?
It's new, it's different. There's been some systems like it in other games.
Oh, has there?
There has. Flames of War does something a little bit like this, but not to this depth. This
is really, really awesome. So obviously there are 5 different dispositions. They're found on your detachments, and based on that, if you have 2 in your list, if you have, say, 2 detachments, you have 2 options, you can pick one. So we'll go more into that as well after, I think.
Yeah, good stuff. It's not list building, isn't it?
It's list building. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Very
But
good.
obviously, we're going to talk about how you tech armies into play these things. And some of them are a little bit deceptive, would you say, Flood? Into what they say to what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to primarily look at take and hold.
Yeah, so we're going to come at this from we are the take and hold player, so we're going to look at what we need to do. We're going to have a look, not in huge depth, but we're going to have a look at what our opponent is trying to do. So
Their
that
main goal, right?
So that we can try and stop them doing that. And then just give our
opinion
our
on
hot
things.
takes on-
Hot takes,
on-
yeah.
on
These are going to be a little
scoring.
bit of a shorter episode. There's more content, right? And first of all, thanks again for listening in. And Floody, will we take it away with what is our primary mission? So primary points of 40k, we have a 45 point maximum on primary, and also the same in secondaries. And then you get your 10 for painting your models.
paint your models.
Yeah, so our primary ghost space marines are coming.
So, right, so we're going to start. This is Take and Hold versus Priority Assets. The Take and Hold player is playing Inescapable Dominion, which is, at the end of your turn, control 3 or more objectives for 4 victory points. Okay, so we're looking to hold loads of objectives.
And that's any battle round.
That is any battle round, and it's any 3 objectives. Then from the second battle round onwards, you are looking to control 2 or more at the end of your command phase. So this is like the old 10th edition scoring.
Scoring, yeah.
You're looking to have 2 for 5 VP, and then if you have more than your opponent, you're scoring another 4 VP.
Additional 4,
So
yeah.
this is hold 2, hold more. So you're really looking to hold 3, to take those 3 early and hold on to them for as long as possible. And then this is kind of one of the newer bits, is that at the end of the battle, if you control your opponent's home objective, you get 5.
You get a big swing kind of thing.
5 points
And we
there.
see this throughout all of the dispositions. I forgot to say there are 5 of them. So they all have that trifecta of usually in any battle round, a second battle round onwards, and an end of and some of them, I believe, have a little minor one. We'll get onto that when we review Reconnaissance. But yeah, okay, so this is, you're pushing out, you're taking terrain. I believe in most maps, or all of them, it's 5.
Everything I've seen so far is 5 objectives.
5 objectives,
So
yeah.
you're looking to really go
So
home,
yeah.
expansion, and then you're more than likely going to take the center.
What I do notice about this as well is it does count. Your home does count as one of them for scoring, which is really good.
And they're fairly specific in the ones that do and don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hold and stand in terrain.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what is the enemy trying to do here?
So the enemy is trying to, at the end of their turn, secure the asset, which is through an action done on objectives,
Any battle round.
any battle round, and they'll score 4 VP for that. And then, if at least one enemy unit started the turn within range of the central objective was destroyed, so destroy an enemy thing in the middle, they get 2 VP for that. So
Okay. Yeah.
So, there's an argument there for, does the take and hold player go for the expansions rather than the center to hold more?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And then you'll cancel that out completely. But you do end up splitting your force there, and that can make you vulnerable, whereas the little triangle between home and center and expansion is I mean, it's a staple at this stage.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Your expanse comes up a lot in these dispositions, mainly.
And then the second part of the priority assets players scoring is second battle round, end of your command phase. If you control 1 or more objectives, score 4. If you control 3 or more objectives, score 4 as well.
This is very kind of immovable object and an unstoppable force, right? It's just you're going to bury into objectives against each other.
Yeah. So if you can do that, keep doing that action, and
Pressing buttons is powerful.
and holding one objective, you're going to get your 8 points there.
Yeah, this feels very, I want to say linear, because it's walk onto the objectives, I feel.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are secondary missions. We're not going to be covering them today. That obviously really kind of push you to do something. I actually quite recently played a Taken Hold Demon's Army, and one of the cards was Forward Position, which was get to your enemy's territory objectives, which you would think a Taken Hold army from seeing it is big model count, tanky, defensive army, not a fast army. So the cards can push you to do things and really go against each other here, you know?
Yeah. You're gonna. I think list building is going to want to lean into either heavily doing primary, heavily doing secondary, but then you need to have your bit of backup for the other way around.
Yeah.
And then some of the dispositions really do lean into that kind of thing. So
countering each other in this as a Taken Hold player, big one is like pinning, because the other army is probably going to be a kind of a high model count, slowish. You know, basically, if something's tankier, they're usually slower in some cases, especially with Eldar units. But you know, with the Taken Hold player, they're going to want to be infiltrating fast, get in there. High OC is a big one.
I think the main choice for your Taken Hold player here is whether you go down the sides for those expansions, or you take the hit potentially on losing stuff in the center, and it feels like this edition you're more likely to take that hit than you were in 10th. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
The Taken Hold player doesn't have to action to get his points, whereas the other opponent does. Actioning usually means you can't shoot after it or can't do anything after it. So there are units that, you know, get around that. But if you have a big unit of defensive Terminators, you don't really want them actioning in the middle.
That one feels reasonably okay for the
really
Taken
straightforward,
Hold player.
I think. Yeah,
reasonably okay for them. That's
so
not bad.
We're going into the next matchup. Then is Taken Hold into Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance, okay.
So Purge and Secure. So we have the any battle round scoring, the second battle round onwards, and then we have another second battle round onwards. So 2 instances of the same kind of scoring with different things. So do you want to go through that with us?
All right. So we've got the end of any turn, or the end of your turn, starting from the first turn. One or more enemy units were destroyed by a friendly unit that was within range of one or more objectives. So great. You want to be on objectives with this disposition, and now those things are killing things. So that's a good
Stick
start.
your knight a toe into a cover or a terrain. You get terroring, can see out of it. Shoot something, 3 points.
There's another little caveat to this. The second part is so one or more enemy units that started the turn within range of one or more objectives. So
wow,
it means that stuff that's going to reactive move off still counts.
It still counts.
So
yeah,
if
I
you
like
were,
that.
If you were at on an objective at the start of the turn, doesn't matter where you go, doesn't matter how you
Taken
hide.
Hold feels very honest.
Yeah, it's
from
it's
what we've seen.
Plain, straightforward Warhammer.
So then the next one then is end of your command phase, or the end of your turn in the 5th battle round. You get 4 victory points for each objective you control, including your home.
Excluding your home.
Excluding your home, sorry, yeah. This is one of the ones where it specifically says that, yeah.
So
yeah, just good.
Up you go. You can go for 2 objectives here, would bank you 8, and then you're hoping to maybe kill something from those units, so that would be 11.
Yeah,
that's not
pretty
bad.
Good.
That's if you can keep
also,
that consistent.
you got a big kind of tank on that terrain, on your natural expansion in the terrain. He's shooting out of it. Quite nice.
Yeah, and then because there's always a bit of back and forth with objectives, you also have another second battle round onwards scoring, in that if you have taken an objective that you didn't control at the start of the turn, excluding your home, you get 3 VP. So you could hold 1 and take 1 to go back to your 2 potentially and score 7. It's not as good as holding the 2, Or you
But
could
it's very close.
you could use it to push up on their expansion, depending on how aggressive you know, later in the game when
Yeah.
there's less stuff on the table, you're in a position to kind of push a little bit more. But again, this is the same thing. It's holding objectives in the center, pushing
Yeah,
onto
it
them,
is, it
pushing
is.
people off them, and now you've got the extra little thing of kill something every
Oh, I
turn.
wish I had this matchup with my army.
Yeah.
This would have been handy. So the reconnaissance player then is reconnaissance sweep. So they have an any battle round, and a second battle round onwards. So the first one is any battle round, end of your turn. 3 or more friendly units wholly within it basically engage in all fronts, essentially, for a 3/4 for 3 VP or a 4/4 for 6.
That's nice.
That is nice. That
Yeah.
is pretty nice. So you're
That
trying
is.
to stay away from the objectives more so.
Yeah. Now,
But in the open, potentially, right?
that's it, because it's much harder to hide.
They sit on their expansion. They get a laneway onto the across the board with their laser destroyer or something like that. You're not hidden anymore.
Yeah.
They shoot you. They're getting their VP and killing you
Yeah.
and stopping your scoring.
This will be interesting for armies that have that bit of loan up, or
Yeah,
things
exactly.
That are, things
Yeah,
that are
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go- or go the other way and just be really tough.
Be really
out
tough.
take
Yeah,
and
yeah,
hold
yeah.
the take and hold player.
Exactly. Then they have the very small victory point gain of just any battle round, end of your turn, you get 1 VP for any destroyed unit.
That's nice.
This is just great because turn 1, you're gonna get potentially 6 here if you're the recon player,
Yeah.
but you can actually get up to like the 7-point turn in turn 1, which is quite big, as we'll come to see. And then the final one then is end of your command phase to the end of the end of your turn, the last turn scoring, and the 5th battle round. You control 1 or more objectives, excluding your home.
Okay, so it's go out and take it, and this one comes up a lot in the things like reconnaissance and priority assets and those kind of like actiony things. It's generally seems to be like do an action, have a little rule around what you've done with your action, and then hold your home and your expansion. So
I think this is good. I think the recon is trying to play wider here, using those lesser firing lanes. But the take and hold player is really just trying to come to the board. What I will say though is in the reconnaissance player, just for the opponent, they have to be outside 6 of the center, so you can't do the jank of having 4 little or 4 big units just rammed in the middle of the board in slightly in each table quarter and get max. You can't do that, so you really do have to play wide. So I feel this is quite good for both, but I do like the take and holds, just killing things while they're on an objective, killing something that's not on an objective just when they are.
yeah.
I think that's very, very good.
It's like the other mission. It's playing into its strengths, and you just have to be careful that you can keep those line of sights to where the units are probably going to be doing their actions. One thing to watch out for, though, I suppose, is you're still really vulnerable to people just coming up and deciding, well, I'm just going to punch you off objectives first, and then
Yep.
do this with like my little 40-point single destroyer or crew gun man on the Crutox or whoever. You know, it's I still think that this one, I feel the take and hold player is a little bit on the back foot.
I would agree, because anyone that's teching into play reconnaissance is fast and has cheap units where they're easier to hide to avail of that killing stuff, you know, that 3VP one. So yeah, so that's our second one.
And now we're on to disruption. So the take and hold player will be playing determined acquisition. So
Okay.
this is very straightforward. Any battle round, end of your turn, for each objective you control that you did not control at the start of the turn, you get 2 VPs. So pushing out
Pushing out.
gets you VPs.
Awesome.
And then the second battle round onwards, end of your command phase, so standard scoring,
Oh wow.
you get 3 VP for each objective you control. And if that is in your opponent's territory, you get an additional 3 VP.
So that home objective, or no, the expanse and the home are worth 6.
Yeah.
That's
So
big.
You're really looking at pushing aggressively.
also the from the second battle round onwards, you get 3 for your home. I think doesn't exclude
For each, yeah, for each.
You know, that
yeah.
is really, really, really a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Having your natural expand and towing a lone up in turn 2 into the middle, that's 9 points.
This is one that I think if you can manage to stay and sit on those objectives and hang on, you can do some like big scoring turns, especially maybe later in the game.
Yep.
When
you've whittled them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of maybe what I would be looking at.
And then we have Death Trap from the Destruction players. So we have an any battle round, and a second battle round onward. So the first one is end of your turn for each terrain area trapped this turn, which is 2 VP. And then for each of those terrain areas, that is an objective, plus 3 on that.
Yeah,
so
so
big swing.
Trapped is an action.
Is an action, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay, cool.
So you can do that on your home as well. Doesn't exclude.
Think the action now. I can't see the text for the
Okay,
action at the moment.
yeah.
But I think that.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, you are doing actions on terrain. The taken hold player is trying to get onto the terrain anyway. Terrain is your objectives. And then you have an any battle round, end of your turn. Also, the terrain doesn't have to be an objective, though. So, in a lot of the maps on the board, kind of on the long table edge in the middle of the board, you'll have smaller little bits of L's and stuff like that of terrain, and they can also be actioned. I actually played this mashup recently, and I really did feel like the Disruption player, had a profound advantage with primary scoring. And then we go on to the any battle round. So end of your turn, at least one enemy unit that started this turn in a terrain area has been destroyed, provided that terrain area is trapped.
Yeah.
They come into your terrain to, say, capture the objective. You kill them off it. This one is quite trickier to do. This is a trickier one to achieve. It didn't come up too much in the game I played, actually.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to really swing on who goes first. Because that booby trap action is unlimited. So if you have fast units, you can get up there and booby trap every objective.
It is miserable for the taken hold player, because I played this and I literally felt like I was 3 editions behind the opponent.
Yeah. This just one feels like you could lose it on a dice roll, and even then, if you don't lose it on a dice roll, it's very easy for them to zip up, out-OC you or shoot you, get their actions done that way, and then leave all these trapped objectives behind. I think this one is going to be a real
And as well, it's
struggle.
like the fact that you can have a 60 point or 70 points Sisters of Silence unit that does an action on an objective and gets 6 VP, whereas the taken hold, player with a giant brick of 10 paladins that has to stand there to get 4 VP. It's economy.
It feels like these missions, even though these are all taken hold missions, I want a different army to play this mission.
Correct. Yes.
So I want something much more aggressive to push, sort of swing the board around and come into their home to start taking the objectives in their territory and swing it around that way. But it just feels like it's very difficult to stop the Disruption player scoring. But
this is one of the tough ones, I think, for taken hold.
So I think a big part of this will be, we will see in the coming weeks how I hate the word, but the meta breaks down into the dispositions, which ones are being played or not being played. Because if we don't see a lot of disruption, I wouldn't be hugely worried about this.
It wouldn't, it wouldn't be
always
hugely detrimental to the
You
taken hold
always
players.
have 4 matchups. Now, with armies and missions, I think it's now a little bit more pronounced, but you're only playing 5 missions. So if one of them is...
Yeah, oh god, can you imagine if you get a bad matchup into a bad disposition matchup? Wow, that's going to be tough,
Some
right?
fast Eldar army with loads of little MSU that
and you're playing 10 Terminator bricks.
goes first, runs out there, does all its actions, has them all up for
And
the
you
whole
physically
game.
can't
That's
get
it.
through them all.
You just can't win.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sad. But then, if that disposition is only 5% of the games, not, there's 5 dispositions, they're not all equally 20%. If it's only 5%, 10%, how likely then are you to dodge that? In your what armies are doing the various dispositions?
Exactly. Yeah.
Are they?
I mean, everyone's scared if you have a vehicle of a Void Dragon, but it's only in so many armies, right? So it's.
Are they those mid-table bullies? Are they going to be? You're going to, once you get up and have won a couple of games, you're less likely to see them. Everything in the game could kill Marines, but then usually the further you got out of mid-tables, you saw less and less Marines.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it brings up a great point in the flip side of that. Well, if I have a bad matchup and I'm the disruption player, and I have a bad matchup into the take and hold, but actually I have a better disposition, will that even the playing field? So that'll be very interesting to see. So I guess we're talking now, so there's take and hold into purge the foe, and the take and hold player is trying to do the immovable object. So they have an any battle round, a second battle round to fourth battle round. So second to fourth battle round, first time we saw that. And then specifically a fifth battle round. So the first one is end of your turn. Control one or more central objectives, 3 VP.
So straight from the start of the game,
walk into the middle. Scout into the middle, walk up there, have a great time.
Okay.
From 2 to 4, the second to the fourth battle round, end of your command phase, for each objective you control, excluding your home, you get 5.
Okay.
So your natural expanse is 5 VP out of 45.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
nice.
1/9 of your scoring in just your natural there. And then the fifth battle round is for each objective you control at the end of your turn is 5.
Okay.
So big swing at the end.
Right.
If
So
survive.
you're getting go second scoring, even old go second scoring.
Exactly. Yeah.
Regardless what happens in the fifth battle round. So these look very doable, but there's a reason they look very doable.
Because you're getting purged.
The immovable object meets the unstoppable force, because of course they had to do that.
I know, right? Yeah, it's brilliant. Oh my god, I only noticed it now. It's awesome.
Well done, David.
Okay, so Floody, we got 4.
All right. Okay, so any battle round, end of your turn, 1 or more enemy units were destroyed for 3 VP.
LOL.
Like. What? Okay, great. So
I just can't play Nurglings against this.
It's like, there you go. There's 15. There's 15 VP.
You're telling me a 40-point unit can be 3 VP?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's
any battle round, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a terrible. I feel this is a terrible matchup for the poor taking hold player.
This could be bad.
Then the second battle round onwards, end your command phase or end your turn in the fifth battle round. For each objective you control, excluding your home, 4 points. So they're scoring nearly as much.
But they're killing you.
For killing you and holding objectives.
Uh-huh.
And also, from the second battle round onwards, at the end of your turn, if you control 1 or more objectives you did not control, excluding your home, 3 VP.
Oh.
And then at the end of the battle, if you control 1 or more central objectives, 5 VP.
Oh, this is just horrendous for us being the take and hold people today.
This is tough.
This is rotten.
So
this is bad.
You need to be holding the middle. You need to be controlling things through your command phase, through their turn into your command phase. And then you also need to be holding things in the fifth battle round, just at the end of your turn, but still. You could potentially go for 20 points in the fifth battle round.
So I was literally about to say, you know what I'm doing there? I'm not scoring primary early here. I think you just have to go for an absolute mega go turn, hope it goes well. And then you try and hold out to the fifth battle round and just go for it. High OC.
This is where your secondary objectives will be super important.
Yes.
Because the other guy is going to be scoring points. You're going to be...
consistently.
You're going to be conservative here.
You are scoring consistently. Like, I think it is good in a way that, in terms of a differential of scoring, if we're talking about team event, you are still getting an awful lot of points as, you know, if you go 5th battle round and get 3 objectives, like, that's 15 points.
Yeah.
Like, that's massive. Like, that's, what is that, 30% of your scoring in one turn?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. In a 5-turn game, that's very good. And look, you're going to be getting any battle round, one or more central objectives on some maps. You know, you could be getting more than 3.
On most maps, I think.
But the other guy is getting all of his points.
The other guy, his role is, and we're going to look at that in a future episode, is he basically wants to kill you. And killing you stops you holding objectives.
So it's a double whammy.
And then
he is the unstoppable
if he kills
force.
you
you move. You're not immovable anymore.
It's
this is rough.
This is
the roughest one we've seen, definitely.
Yeah. The take and hold missions just feel
very linear.
A little bit uphill. You're playing old Warhammer. You're not doing anything crazy. There are certain armies that are going to love doing this. There are certain armies that are not going to love doing this, and every army has basically access to detachments with this, and I don't think they fit the feel of a lot of armies.
When I played Take and Hold, for example, I was playing a Plague Legion list, so you would think it's the Take and Hold, very powerful list. But every time I was drawing secondaries, it was like, okay, you need to go 20 inches across the board now, and project damage, and survive. I can only do one of those things at a time, but not on multiple levels. So it was very... I think Take and Hold will be... You actually... Well, in the game you need mobility. Mobility is king in all kind of war games. But specifically Take and Hold, with the secondaries, that I have seen, you need to be really aggressive in a way.
Yeah. You're so tied in to old style, that old holding your command phase scoring. There's no Is there any actions? No, there's no actions for the Take and Hold player from primary. So like you are stand in ruins. That is your...
And then
your
what
goal.
does that mean? The opponent knows where you're going to be. And how do you win? By knowing what your opponent's going to do. And I mean... Because then they can deploy better, get firing lines. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, if I had to make a list for this right now, I think I would play something really aggressive.
Yep.
And I would trail a couple of small units behind me and just like get all up in their face.
Let's go. Let's run.
That's the kind of play style. Really, really be aggressive, push in hard, try and jail them harder now than it was before. But just buy that time and try and disrupt people that way.
Yeah.
But still feels uphill. And then we have one more,
which is the mirror matchup. So obviously you can have mirror matchups in the game. So this is Take and Hold into Take and Hold. So we have a first and second battle round, and then we have a second battle round onwards, and they're obviously the same for either side. The end of your turn, first and second battle round, you control more objectives than your opponent.
Okay, so back and forward trading.
Yep, get 2 PvP.
2 VP. Okay, okay.
You control more objectives than your opponent.
Yeah.
For 2 VP.
Yeah.
It's very low, no?
Yeah.
So does that mean in the first battle round you can score 2?
You can score 2 by walking out onto your expansion if you...
But that's it,
going first.
not like 9, like some of them on...
No, it's just you control more. Score 2 VP.
And then just score 2, okay. And then we have the second battle round onwards. For each objective you control, this is the end of the command phase or bottom of turn scoring in turn 5. For each objective you control, you get 3 VP now. And then for each of those objectives, excluding your home, if you excluding your home objective, if you control your home objective. Am I reading that right?
Yeah. This is the old one where it was like your objectives were 3 unless you held your home, and then objectives in the...
Oh, I get you. And then you get an additional 2 per one.
I can't for the life of me remember what that one was called.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is
like supply drop or something, was it?
Supply drop.
Was it? It might have been. Oh, or something cash, I think it might have been. Anyway, so from the second battle and onwards, objectives are kind of getting you 5. So your natural expanse is getting you 5 here, right?
Yeah, unless you can bully your opponent's home,
off it, yeah.
which
This is kind of like
This is a
the
meat
priority
grinder.
asset. This is
Yeah.
like the priority asset one. It's just
Yeah.
I run forward, me smash, you
If
run
you
forward.
if this one is as common as it probably feels like it will be at the start, this and Purge the Foe feel like the ones that people will, the safe, comfortable ones that people will gravitate to at the start.
Yeah,
you're
very,
you're
very
gonna wanna
all
have-
round kind of.
Yeah, you're going to want to have something that'll bully those home objectives. Actually, the more we talk about this, I think couple of tanky units and bunch of aggressive stuff.
Aggressive stuff, gun line, that kind of stuff.
Deep strikers,
deep strike, ingress
ingress.
moves, uppy downy,
Yeah.
surge moves.
Yeah.
So that's all of the take and hold matchups. Obviously, we'll be covering then, you know, a little bit more on the other way around. So yeah,
Yeah, that's it for
our
this
episode.
episode. We will be back with the next one, Purge the Foe. And as always, if you have any comments, feedback, or want to give us anything to shout out, announcements, you can reach us at the Irish Warhammer Podcast at gmail.com. Goodbye till the next one.
Thanks again for listening, guys.